It was, in a way, it was reiterating ideas about the bathroom and the wet areas that we more or less have thought about, but bunching of ideas, ideas of each other, and it was mostly to do with the bathroom being a sensory space and an environment where, in case of residential or hotel, it's a private space, a space that you need to feel special, but eventually the office areas are catching up with the same concept, moving away from the practical and towards a more interesting, a more aesthetically pleasing environment. And there was a lot discussed about how culture comes into place. We discussed about how different Europe is to particularly Asia and Japan. And we also talked about what is important in the design of the bathroom, the wet environment, and what really matters to people, which is a place where it can be personal, you need to feel safe, you need to feel private, but also need to feel that you are special. It's interesting that we talked about bathrooms in, for example, hotels, in particular the public bathrooms in the restaurants, where you want to feel that you haven't left the restaurant, you haven't left the public space. You are still in a special environment. You're just in a procession of different spaces. And I think office spaces are coming up with similar ideas, so that when you're moving from your office into the bathroom, it's not just a practical space, but it has an element of privacy, it has an element of interesting design. It's interesting as well that we talked about technology and how this is changing the way we will be designing bathrooms in the future, and sustainability, and all the new elements in technology that will make the mundane and the practical side of the bathroom disappear, and it's just a seamless, easy experience for the user. I think it's I wouldn't say it's a cultural thing. I think it's a matter of educating the public, because we mentioned how BREEAM, even though it's not the best way to design a sustainable building, it has caught up with the marketing side of things, and now developers are using it as a marketing tool to talk about their sustainability credentials. I think the same will eventually happen with the design of hotels and the design of houses. We will become more conscious of what we call the carbon footprint and our responsibility for sustainable living. It is new to me, and I really enjoyed it because it has no formal character. You don't have to stand and prepare a talk, and by no means nobody can answer all the questions in a small PowerPoint talk. I think it is useful to have to sit around the table with a lot of different people and bounce ideas off each other, because it keeps it informal. Having a bit of wine and a bit of a bite, it makes it easier to just think, reflect, and come up with ideas, because we've all thought about all these things. It's just this informal character makes it easier to generate ideas.